Look at these homes, beautiful. You look at the archway, the way they're designed, real nice. Look at this home. Love the doors. These are just beautiful homes. Gotta be multi-million-dollar homes. What's going on, fam? It's Ali, episode 3 here. Today we're gonna head out to Mission Peak in Fremont. This one is a little bit nicer scenic route than Coyote Hills. I was thinking about doing an early morning hike, that way we could catch a sunrise, but it would have been pretty dark, so the footage going up the hill wouldn't have been too good. So instead we're gonna catch the sunset. Right now we're driving out there. It'll take me a minute, so I'll catch up with you guys once we're on the trail. All right, here we go. Officially starting Mission Peak. This is the entrance, but I drove up here and we couldn't find any parking. We are about to start Mission Peak today, and let's see how it compares to Coyote Hills. This one's definitely a longer trail, so we get a better workout in. Coyote Hills is a nice run, inclines and declines, but this one kind of twirls. You guys will see as we get into the video. Plus, it's going to give me a good idea of how the DJI Osmo, the handheld device I have, is with battery and quality. Here, the only animals I really see are cows. I don't really see anything else around here. See if we come in close contact with the cow kind. You know, cows really don't make a moo sound, more of a grunt. I don't know if you guys can hear them in the background. Heard that? That ain't a moo, that's a grunt. All right, there's a look back. We're making some progress. It looks right here, this little divider down is where the water found this path down the hill. We got a nice little view over here. This is, I think, where the DSLR camera might come in better, or if I had the drone. You could kind of see what the storms did to the trail here. Not too bad, but as it was downpouring, the water always finds a little crevice and makes these little paths. Let me think, get lost in my own thoughts. I might have the second largest head out there. Only my friend Vanessa got a bigger head than me. God bless her soul. I don't even know how she walks. She probably couldn't make it on these hikes, because if a gust of wind hits, she just stumble down these little hills. It'll be all bad. So all these cows, all females and calves, because the male is a what, a bull? Is that how it works? We got a lot to learn. It would be nice if you knew about different types of poop and scat, because you know what animals are on the trail. Might sound gross, but could save your life one day if you were hunted, especially. Yeah. And then yeah, with Mission Peak, the one thing I do like, every time you get to like another layer where they cut into the hill, they put these benches in. Bam! Almost get happy seeing this little bench. It's like level 2 completed. Hey, look. It actually says level 2. Would you look at that? One thing that's beautiful about Mission Peak, if you guys can see that, they got all these rolling hills, just green. One of the best things you could do as a young person is invest in real estate, because population is exponential. It's always going to increase, and those people need a place to live, so they'll continue to buy the farmlands, the acreage, and you better bet developers are going to build on it. So as the economy goes and they keep printing dollars, the value of your dollar decreases. Hard assets is where you want to park your money. I'm learning over here, my ears are freezing a little bit, so for the AT I might get some kind of like earmuffs, something to keep my ears warm. I got me those big old Middle Eastern ears. What I might do is show you guys a picture of Fremont 50 years ago and take a look at it now. They pretty much developed everything. Look at that. There's some parts, it looks like the water runs through. They just cave in, the ground gives way. That's Mother Nature for you. Alright guys, if you're ever out backpacking, hiking, and your phone dies, you don't have a watch, if you want to know how much daylight you have left, Bear Grylls taught me this. You take your hand and you put your pinky right there on the horizon, and you put your upper finger right to where below the sun is. Now each finger is about 15 minutes of daylight. So I got 4 fingers under the sun, 15, 30, 45. That's about an hour of time before the sun sets. Look at this fella. Just in the middle of the trail. Hi, buddy. Looks pretty young. I think this is a level. See the little bench? It makes me happy to see that bench. We're making progress, fellas. Conquering Mission Peak. Whew. All right, so right now we just pacing ourselves, and this is kind of how I'm gonna do the Appalachian Trail. Is if it's crowded, I'm gonna keep to my own pace. If someone's running or jogging, we let them go, not to get in their way and to allow us to enjoy our hike. We're not doing this for a race or to beat any records. I might have to do that another time, put another diamond in the grill. You know how we roll. Some people are running, some are jogging, some are just walking like me. So the ones that are going real fast, I'm slowing down so they can pass me up. And then the ones that are going real slow, like if Vero was up here, I'm passing them up. Call them weak sauce. You know how vegans get. So what I've noticed is you gotta have real strong legs. Your calves, quads, hams, they gotta be in shape. Especially if you're gonna do something like the AT. You gotta have a strong back, your shoulders, because of the pack you'll be carrying. But really, don't go gung-ho on the biceps and triceps. Aside from holding my selfie stick, I ain't did much use of my arms. Now I haven't done any rock climbing, so maybe the grip might help there. But goodness, 90% legs. We're getting, I would say, 3/4 up Mission Peak, and it's starting to get windy here. A few things I've learned, hopefully you guys can hear me, is my hands are starting to freeze a little bit the higher in elevation I get. So I might have to pack some gloves for the AT. And the rest of my body's good. I feel great. My ears are starting to freeze a little bit. So I could only imagine some of the states that we go to, I might need some like earmuffs or something to keep the ears warm, especially when you're doing 5 to 7 months on foot. And this is the pace I think we're gonna keep when we're on the AT. I've noticed a lot of people got trekking poles, and that's gonna help out too. I'm gonna have those in my gear list. Right now, for these smaller trails, really no point. The pavement is pretty level. I'm not going over boulders or rocks, logs, nothing like that. So here I'm managing, although I still got my Kobe's on. We're slipping and sliding. These are basketball shoes. We'll have actually hiking shoes on, trekking shoes on when we're on the AT. So that'll help a little bit. What I might also grab are some knee braces, just to help out with the up climbs. Take some pressure off the knees. All right, we are almost to the top. I can see a lot of people up there. And then this little trail up, I'll show you guys. It's a nice little steep trail. Look at that. Water just took over. And over here, you guys can see all the way into the distance. That totem pole is the top. That's where we're going to. The little side path to get to the peak of Mission Peak. Here we go. Kind of just runs along this little hillside. It's not too bad. A little bit of a narrow path. But I figure this is the kind of stuff we might get into on the Appalachian. The more people that have walked through it, kind of stomped in the ground. You just gotta be careful not to slip. And you gotta watch out for loose gravel while you're recording. So you're kind of looking at the screen, but you're also looking at the ground. I know one thing, when we used to go camping, this is where the snakes kind of hunkered down. That is going to be the top. So we'll check the time. Slow down a little bit, but pretty steady pace. There it goes. That's the summit. And looks like plenty of sunlight. So made it well in time. Beautiful view. you know what's crazy is there was a few days where I actually thought maybe I bit off more than I could chew. I started doubting myself. And you listen to people and they put all these fears and, you know, critiques out there. But what I decided to do was take one day at a time. So that's what Coyote Hills was. Just testing myself, pushing myself to the point where I couldn't really run no more and just feel it, feel that pain. And I knew at the end of the day I had a little bit left in the tank. So you keep going in Coyote Hills where I was training and try to beat your time or try to get a little bit more distance in. And once I felt like, yo, Coyote Hills is pretty easy, then we went to another trail in the same city over at Mission Peak. It's much longer and a little bit higher elevation. And the first time I was huffing and puffing, and you know, yeah, you get lost in your thoughts. That's how life is. A lot of people have these ambitions, these dreams, but they let other people, they let themselves get into their own head. Sometimes just take one step at a time. It's cool to listen to people, you know. I'm pretty sure if you are listening to people, there's people in your circle that care about you and whatnot, but take these chances, take baby steps. But this is now my 4th time at Mission Peak. I feel great. You know, I feel like I could do this half the time if I wanted to. If I really wanted to push myself, it's doable. You know, we're doing 7 miles. I feel great. So all of a sudden, the Appalachian Trail, it's not that spooky, you know. The more I train myself, my body, mind, the more attainable it becomes. And that just goes for life. What's going on, guys? We're descending back down. On the top of Mission Peak, I just took a little bit of a break. Had myself a granola bar and some water, and I just wanted to take in the sunset. Sometimes you gotta just pause. I know I want to get good video and good footage for you guys, but once in a while we'll take a break. While I was up there, I met some cool people. One of the guys was the president of a hiking club here in the Bay Area. Pretty cool, helped me take a couple pictures. I told him I'll be leaving to the AT next month, so I won't be here for too much longer. We still got the Yosemite trip. I gotta plan that out. That'll happen as soon as I get my gear. Once I get my gear, we're in a car and then we'll head out to Yosemite. For now, we're just getting in the local trails, just getting the body ready. I'm gonna pause right here for a second and take some pictures of the city lights because it's getting pretty dark, but the view is just gorgeous. So give me a second. My hands are frozen, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see this, but check out this view. Gorgeous. It's basically the city lights. Might have to stop and with the DSLR take a picture here. Look at these fellas. They're grazing right on the side. I gotta go there. It's pretty dark. I gotta go right in the middle of them. Yeah, all right, buddy. Looks like. All right, guys. So the DJI Osmo Pocket, the battery finally died on us, but that's why we got this little power bank here. Plugged it in with a USB-C cord, and that green blinking light on the Osmo means we're getting charged. So by the time we get to the car, we'll have a little bit more juice. Just in case you guys are wondering, this is what I'm hiking through. There's no light. It's crazy. Let's get it. What up, fam? We are exhausted. We're done with Mission Peak. I'm back in the car. We learned a lot today. This is a great trail. It's pretty long though, to be honest. When we got to the top of Mission Peak, we just took a break, had myself a snack, and took in the sunset. One thing I didn't account for was losing track of daylight. So on the hike down, man, it was pitch black. I got some footage, so hopefully you guys saw that. We definitely don't want to do that on the AT. You got to pack a headlamp, a power bank in case that dies out. Luckily today, of course, we had our cell phone. Thank you, Apple. Saved us from a sprained ankle. That's the last thing you want. You don't want any injuries when it's pitch black, especially. You could always set up your tent, but you always want to avoid those kind of situations. So right now, we're going to call it a night. Hopefully this will be good footage for episode 3. Y'all stay tuned. We got more and more stuff coming. We're going to build up this channel. Much love. Have a good night. Be safe, fellas.
What if we move to Canada and buy some things we don't need? Bring